Ray C was once the queen of Bongo Flava. The early 2000s were hers and she had no competition for her crown. Then everything came crashing down when she met her ex-boyfriend Lord Ice. We will get into that a bit later. So what really happened to Ray C and why did she attempt suicide before cops rescued her? Brace yourself you all because it's not going to be pretty.
Mimi nimeshapitia, mimi marafiki zangu wote nilikuwa nao wote walinikimbia. I messed up, I agree, I accept.
Born Rehema Chalamila on May 15th, 1982 in Iringa, Tanzania, Ray C discovered her love for music at a very young age. Soon after moving to Dar es Salaam in her 20s, a radio job came knocking and Clouds FM hired her as a presenter. However, it didn't take long before she was forced to quit the radio job since her bosses were against the idea of her juggling radio and music.
Na nikaacha kabisa utangazaji actually. Sababu aliniambia hawezi kufanya vitu viwili kwa wakati mmoja. Yeah.
Leaving the radio job gave her more time to work on a debut album Mapenzi Yangu released in 2003. It's fair to say that most of the songs on that album are pretty average except for her breakthrough track Uko Wapi.
Uko wapi nikufuate?
After Uko Wapi, her name was literally everywhere. She was the East African Beyonce, rocking regional and international gigs.
Yes. Kuna zile nyimbo ambao kidogo zilivuka boda. Wimbo gani huu ambao ulikupa umaarufu kabisa?
Uko wapi nikufuate.
2003 was also the year Ray C will drop her next big single Wanitafutia Nini. The song arguably cemented her status as the greatest East African female artist of all time. The video vixen in that song is former Big Brother African contestant Mwisho Mwapamba, with whom they were dating at that time. While we do not know the exact date the two broke up, it's probably around 2006. The songbird had another successful year in 2004. Besides the song that she featured in, Ray C also released the smash hit Na Wewe Milele. She also released her sophomore album Na Wewe Milele that year. I'm actually not so sure why we put that song there, but yeah, she was the video vixen of the original Regina song. The Mama Ntilie hitmaker would win 2 awards that year. Best Female Artist at the 2004 Tanzania Music Awards and Best Female Artist from Uganda and Tanzania at the 2004 Kisima Music Awards. The year 2005 was a less successful year for her in terms of hits and the standard she had previously set for herself, but she still managed to give us Kama Vipi, which was a collaboration between Ray C, Mesby and Mulla. The song was a work of art, a masterpiece. It's actually one of my top 3 favorite East African collaborations ever. Let's jump to 2007. Ray C was red hot this year. She released the smash hit Sogea Sogea this year.
Siku ya kwanza uliponitokea nilishindwa hata kujizuia. Sogea sogea wecheza nami.
Her third album, Sogea Sogea, was also dropped the same year. She was even named the best female artist at the 2007 Tanzania Music Awards, making her the first Tanzanian female artist to at least be nominated for the coveted award in 5 consecutive years. She was also featured in Temba's 2007 hit song Nipe Wewe. Sadly, 2007 was Ray C's last year in her prime, and you could feel it. A year later, she released a series of projects that didn't do well. Furthermore, Bongo Flava was in decline as Afrobeat with artists like D'banj, P-Square, Brackets and the likes was taking over the entire African continent. Next came a long hiatus till 2010. To be honest, she had a pretty good year in 2010, especially in terms of collaborations. She would be featured in 2 classic songs, Mama Ntilie and Moto Moto by French Boy.
Nikaja kutana na kijana wa Nairobi, anipenda nashindwa kukata.
Then she disappeared again, only to reappear in 2012 when she promised her fans that she was putting up a band called Ray C Band. The band never saw the light of day. The Moto hitmaker would break the internet a few months later when news broke out that she was abusing hard drugs. All the blame would be put on her ex-boyfriend Lord Ice, who was already a drug addict. Ray C has also claimed in past interviews that it was Lord Ice that introduced her to drugs.
Kitu gani kiliku influence mpaka ukajikuta kama umeingia kwenye addiction?
Company tu. Yeah, marafiki tu, you know. So my ex-boyfriend was lakini marafiki wabaya pia hawakunishikia bunduki ati. So mwisho wa siku decision ilikuwa ni yangu mimi mwenyewe. So na accept maisha jinsi yalivyo na yalivyokuwa, kwamba I messed up, I agree, I accept life as it is, and I move on.
Ray C and Lord Ice began dating when Ray C was at her peak. She was very young at that time, so she was vulnerable to manipulation. However, in a 2020 interview with Wasafi Media, the rapper refuted the claims that he introduced Ray C to drugs, stating that he found the song Stress already hooked on drugs. Sikuwahi mfunza mtu yoyote madawa, nimemkuta ameshawahi kutumia, said Lord Ice. With drug addiction taking a toll on her, Ray C was forced to sell her house, clothing boutique, cars, and even herself to finance her habit. When her finances dried up, she became miserable. Her friends in and out of the music industry who could have helped her abandoned her.
Mimi nishapitia, marafiki zangu wote nilokuwa nao wote walinikimbia. Watu wote. Yani watu hata wale powerful ambao unaona kwamba wangeweza kunisaidia wote walikimbia. Yani everybody.
In an attempt to help her daughter, Ray C's mother, Margaret Mtweve, appealed to Tanzania's president at that time, President Jakaya Kikwete, to help. President Kikwete agreed to help and paid for her rehab.
Nilikuwa naumwa, nashukuru Mungu mzima sasa hivi na naendelea na matibabu. Namshukuru Mheshimiwa Rais, baba yangu Mheshimiwa Jakaya Kikwete amenisaidia sana, ameniponyesha na niko mzima kabisa na naendelea na matibabu. Naomba muendelee kuniombea. Asanteni sana.
She will disappear from the public eye for 3 years for her treatment. When she reappeared in 2015, she was totally unrecognizable. Ray C was overweight. Her fans were apprehensive. For a woman who once looked like this, her weight ranged from 90 kgs to 100 kgs during those 3 years in rehab. Fortunately, she lost a lot of weight thanks to the advice of her doctor. The demands of a professional career and the stress of her personal life became too much for her. On June 17, 2016, Ray C was sent back to rehab in Dar es Salaam after being rescued from a suicide attempt. Now, let's move on to 2018. This was the year when she became completely clean. Despite all the things she had gone through, she managed to move on and focus again on making music. On May 8, 2018, Ray C would be featured in the late Papa Dennis song Tornado. On June 7th, she released the song Unanidatisha featuring Calligraph Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the best. You got the OG alongside Ray C.
On September 21st, Ray C would drop Unanimaliza. And Roga Roga on October 26th. Also in 2018, Ray C publicly introduced her Mzungu boyfriend through social media. While she didn't release much music in 2019, she still gave us Umezima, release on February 5th, 2019. It will be her last song. A few months later, just when we all thought she was done with suicidal thoughts, Ray C, through a series of Instagram stories, confessed that she had been contemplating suicide because of depression. Huu mwaka najisikia kama kujiua hivi. I'm so depressed. Na mawazo sana. Indeed, 2019 was a difficult year for her. Through a social media post in September of the same year, Ray C revealed to her fans that she had suffered a miscarriage and sought advice from other women. Naombeni ushauri kina mama wote, nifanyeje mimba isitoke, imeniuma, imebidi nishare nanyi, #mybabynomore, #mwanangu kaenda zake. Let's jump to 2023. After years of trying, Ray C gave birth to her first child, Sharuk, on February 13, 2023. Naitwa Mama Sharuk, #thankyougod, jubilated Ray C wrote on her Instagram page. Currently, Ray C lives in France with her Mzungu husband. Additionally, she seems to be done with the music phase of her life and has shifted her focus to being a wife and mother. We are not so sure if Racy will ever get back into the studio, but the hits she gave us and the numerous awards she won during her prime prove that her legacy will live on forever. So do you guys really believe that Lord Eyes ruined Racy's career, or do you think it was her fault that her career went down the drain? Let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Stay safe, see you on our next upload. Bless.
Na Mungu ni mkubwa sana, asanteni sana, na endeleeni kunisupport.
This man became a music superstar even though he was just a Chang'aa brewer. So how does someone go from brewing Chang'aa to becoming the most followed Kenyan musician on YouTube? Well, this is the unbelievable story of
Otile Brown.
Otile Brown.
So let's dive into it. Born on 21st March 1994 in Kisumu and raised in Mikindani, Mombasa, Otile Brown, whose real name is Jacob Obunga, childhood was filled with more tragedies than you could imagine. It all started when his father separated from his mom and moved back to Kisumu, leaving Otile Brown, his two older brothers and his sister with their mom. At this time, Badman Shivo had already discovered his musical talent. However, his mother didn't like the idea of him pursuing music as a career at 12.
Talent yangu nilijua nikiwa na miaka 12, nikiwa mdogo sana, but nilijua najua kuimba, nikamweleza mamangu na mamangu alipata kujua, lakini hakutaka nifanye muziki bado.
And instead encouraged him to complete school first.
So aliniambia kwamba nisome kwanza.
Sadly, his mother passed away in 2006 before she could see his son's success. Life became even more challenging for the R&B crooner. At some point, he resorted to selling local booze, popularly known as Chang'aa, to make ends meet. Since this was an illegal business, Obize switched to touring at the Kenya Port Authority and making soaps as well.
So nilikuwa nafanya kazi ya sabuni nilikuwa nafanya kupika sabuni. Kimaliza bado kulikuwa na kazi nyingine ya tallying KPA. Unahesabu magunia mangapi trailer na ubeba.
His hard work finally paid off. Having saved enough money, Otile Brown moved to Nairobi in 2013 to begin his music career. He brought Masai shoes with him to sell in the capital while figuring out how to get connections in the music industry.
Yeah, so nilikuwa nawekeza hela nikakuja Nairobi na biashara. Nilikuja na biashara ya hivi viatu vya Masai, the sandals.
Yeah. The Masai sandal business failed.
Lakini biashara yenyewe ikafeli.
Later he tried selling mitumba, but that failed as well. These failures in Nairobi would prove to be a blessing for him, as he now had no choice but to focus on his music career. He would then make rap mixtapes.
Wool up, nigga. Wool up, wool up, wool up. Just wool up.
Yes, Otile Brown began his music career as a rapper.
Get right here, man.
You know, I used to do rap before even singing, but that was way back.
And I remember, tuko tukistava kikula mogox, wakakucheka vile tuko down kama tumbo ya snake. Amalona si wahitaji, maisha karata, kamari, na baba kapanda mbegu kanyari, mwana mtoto blueben mweupe wali.
He then bumped into Jalango while waiting to hand over his mixtapes to Willie M. Tuva at the Radio Citizen offices. It was a meeting that would change his life forever. Upon listening to his rap mixtape, Jalango advised him to stop rapping and concentrate on singing instead. Furthermore, he suggested he work with Dr. Eddie as his producer under Dreamland music label. Otile Brown released his first commercial single, Imaginary Love, featuring Calligraph Jones on June 3rd, 2016. Jalango paid for the whole project.
He's the one who even funded my first project. Yeah, ambapo alilipia kwa Dr. Eddie.
Ndugu yangu namkuta kwenye game, ushanelea, na ana mkono mkubwa katika mafanikio yangu, ingawa haijalishi ni kidogo kiasi gani. Ushanelewa bana.
The song got some decent reviews, and it was just a matter of time before Otile Brown blew up. He followed it with other hit songs like Alivonipenda featuring King Kaka.
Oh, bwana alivonipenda yule.
Niseme nawe,
nina mengi ninataka niseme nawe,
and many more. At this point, Otile Brown's name was on everyone's lips, but this was just the beginning, a scratch on the surface. We are not in Otile's prime yet. Now, the year is 2017, and this is the year Otile Brown's music really took off. This brother dropped Kistara.
Basi simama tucheze Kistara.
Acha waseme.
Acha waseme. Acha waseme.
and his biggest hit that year, Mapenzi Isia. It was also the year he released his debut album, Best of Otile Brown. The R&B crooner would part ways with the Dreamland music label in March 2017, a move that was not well received by Dr. Eddie. In response, Dr. Eddie barred him from performing all the songs produced under the Dreamland music label. According to Otile, his decision to become an independent artist came about as a result of Dr. Eddie's inability to financially support him as a signed artist.
The contract that I was given was so good, and sikuwa najua uwezo wake wa kifedha, unaona huyo aliyenipatia kandarasi. So like, oh, kama this contract is like this, then well and good, let's do it. But mwisho siku time ikaenda kagundua huyo jamaa.
A discussion of Otile Brown wouldn't be complete without mentioning his much publicized relationship with the Kenyan socialite Vera Sidika. The two started dating in May 2018 and unexpectedly broke up in August of the same year. It was an ugly breakup, with Vera accusing Otile Brown of being a gold digger, while Otile claimed he never loved Vera and that the socialite approached him and not vice versa.
And 2 weeks into the relationship, he did ask me for money for his music video.
2 weeks into the relationship?
Yes, 100%.
And how much money was he asking for?
I think it was 200,000.
And did he give him?
At the point, no.
Sikuwa mtongoza Vera, wajua watu wajui. She reached out.
Okay.
Yeah, hiyo ndio kitu watu wajui. Unaelewa, like she reached out. Yeye ndo ali reach out. Alikuwa ananipigia sana hiyo time, alikuwa anafanya ngoma ya Chaguo la Moyo. Alafu atakuwa sizipokei bro. One thing people should understand is that you see V, misikuwa mtamani.
Hey.
I just want to clear this once and for all, because you know what, I'm a gentleman na kuna vitu vingine ambavyo watu nahisi kwamba kwa wananielewa makosa kwa sababu ukimya wangu, it all happened and all that. So siwe mtamani kwa sababu mimi sikuwa hata mstock. Ni msana ambaye sikuwa hata mstock and all that, unanielewa. And sikuwa mtamani kimapenzi. Nilijua kuna msichana anaitwa V.
You see, I could spend the whole day talking about the beef between Otile and Vera Sidika, but that would probably be a whole video by itself. So enough about others' personal lives. Let's return to music. 2018 would be another successful year for the Mapenzi Isia hitmaker, releasing some of his greatest songs ever. He opened the year with one of his best hits, Chaguo la Moyo featuring Sanai Pei Tande. This song still slaps harder than Kidero and Shebesh. He followed it with Baby Love. Baby Love won him several awards, including Male Video of the Year at the Pulse Music Awards in 2018. According to his standards, Otile Brown had a quiet year in terms of hits in 2019. Nevertheless, he gave us Kenyan Girl.
Oh, Kenyan Girl. Oh yeah, you're my number one girl.
Nabait, which he dedicated to his then Ethiopian girlfriend Nabait, alias Nabi.
Nimejaliwa moyo upendo, kipenda napendaga vibaya, ila skendo zimefanya sija settle.
And this kind of love.
This kind of love.
2020 was here and we all know how crazy this year was. The COVID-19 pandemic and nobody could do any shows. However, Otile still dropped singles here and there. In addition, he released his sophomore album, Just in Love, on June 3rd, 2020 to massive critical acclaim. It's arguably the greatest Kenyan R&B album of all time. 3 of my favorite songs from that album being Regina,
Sina sifa za kihaya, nilichojaliwa mahaba,
Watoto na Pombe featuring Major,
nilichopata ni watoto na pombe, toto na pombe,
and his greatest hit ever in terms of YouTube views, Dusuma featuring Medi.
Dusuma, give me love, yeah.
In 2020, Otile would team up with Alikiba, one of the most talented East African R&B artists ever, for the hit song In Love. In the same year, he recorded another hit song with Jovial, Jeraha. Despite positive reviews, I still think Jeraha is Otile's most underrated song. In 2022, Otile Brown and another Tanzanian superstar Harmonize released the smash hit song Woman. When this song came out, almost every lyric was on everyone's Facebook and IG status. I can't lie, that song was fire, bro. Otile Brown has been one of the most consistent Kenyan musicians ever. If no one is gonna give him his flowers, I will. There's no doubt that he is the best Kenyan R&B singer ever and ranks among the top 5 in East Africa. I don't see him leaving this game anytime soon, and I look forward to more decades of this man. So what do you think of Otile Brown? Is he the best Kenyan artist right now? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Stay safe, see you in our next upload. Blessed. On April 7, 2012, the Tanzanian and global entertainment industry was shaken by the news of the death of Stephen Kanumba, widely regarded as Tanzania's and arguably East Africa's greatest actor ever. He passed away at the age of 28, just months before he was set to make his Hollywood film debut.
Tunaomba tusaidiane. Tunaomba tusaidiane tufanikishe shughuli hii bila mtu yote kuumia. Tayari tunaumia kwa majonzi.
Elizabeth Michael, also known as Lulu, who was his 17-year-old girlfriend at that time, faced manslaughter charges in relation to his death. According to Tanzanian law, it is a criminal offense for an adult to engage in a romantic relationship with a person under the age of 18.
Msanii wa filamu nchini Elizabeth Michael, maarufu kama Lulu, amefikishwa kwenye mahakama ya hakimu mkazi Kisutu jijini Dar es Salaam kujibu mashtaka ya mauaji ya msanii mwenzake wa tasnia hiyo, Stephen Kanumba.
Ni mdogo wa umri lakini ni mkubwa wa mambo. Baada ya Kanumba wangapi wameenda?
Mimi nitaendelea kuwa mkimya, nitaendelea kunyamaza, nitapokea lawama zote kwa mikono miwili, nitapokea shutuma zote kwa mikono miwili. Nadhani ndo msalaba wangu na inabidi nifike nao Karivari.
So what caused Stephen Kanumba's death, and why did Wema Sepetu decide to terminate the late actor's 2 pregnancies? Before we delve into the details, please like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channels if you haven't already. Now, let's get started.
Pengine hata mchango wangu sipoonekana leo, basi hata nitakapokuwa nimeshakufa utaonekana, au hata udongo na miti vitasema.
Stephen Charles Kanumba, commonly known as Stephen Kanumba, was born on January 8, 1984 to Charles Kanumba and Flora Mutegoa in the Shinyanga region of Tanzania. However, Charles Kanumba left the family when Stephen was still a toddler, leaving his mother to raise him and his 3 older sisters alone.
Vipi labda mahusiano yako na huyo babako?
Tunaongea, nampigia simu, nasaidia pale inapotokea cha kusaidia. Mangu wa kambo pia huwa namsalimia, nawapenda na wabariki. Kiukweli kizungumzia upendo, ninampenda mamangu sana kuliko babangu.
Stephen Kanumba's father passed away in 2020. From an early age, it was evident that he possessed a natural talent for the performing arts and occasionally acted in church productions. After completing high school, Kanumba decided to drop out to focus on his acting career. Stephen Kanumba began his professional acting career in Dar es Salaam in the late 1990s and quickly rose to fame in the early 2000s. In 2002, he joined a theatre group known as Kaole Sana Group, which helped him make connections in the Bongo film industry. He featured in television soap operas like Jahazi and Dira and made his film acting debut in Haviliki, and by 2006, he was one of the most popular actors in Africa. Stephen Kanumba starred in numerous Bongo and Nollywood films, frequently taking on leading roles. His performances were so exceptional that he earned the nicknames Kanumba the Great and the King of Bongo movies. Some of his popular movies include Johari,
Kokote ulikotoka umekosa mtu akumpa vizawadi vyako. Kuanzia leo iwe mwanzo na mwisho kukanyaga hapa, la sivyo.
She's My Sister, a film featuring both Tanzanian and Nigerian actors.
My God, what is this? What is going on here? What are you doing with my husband? What are you doing with this girl? What is it, Danny? What kind of desire made you sleep with my house girl?
Family Tears and Devil Kingdom, where he starred alongside the legendary Nigerian actor Ramsey Noah, to name a few.
Tracy! Yaani unanikimbia kwa ndani kwa sababu huyu mwanamume wako, si ndio?
Huyu ndo mtanashati wangu.
Not satisfied with solely being in front of the camera, Kanumba also ventured into directing. He directed several films demonstrating his talent both in front of and behind the camera. Additionally, he founded his film production company, Kanumba the Great Films.
Moja kati ya vitu ambavyo vilalamikiwa ni wewe kufanya kila kitu. Hiyo vipi?
Mimi sidhani kama ni tatizo kwa sababu kumwangalia Alicia Keys ametunga yeye mwenyewe, anapiga piano yeye mwenyewe na anaimba yeye mwenyewe. Kwa nini usimwambie, kwa nini usimpatie mtu mwingine akupigie na akaimba?
In just 10 years, Kanumba transformed from an ordinary actor in Dar es Salaam to one of Africa's most sought after and highest paid actors. He became an ever-present figure in the media, owned some of the most expensive cars and resided in luxurious mansions. In 2009, he was a special celebrity guest on Big Brother Africa 4. This landed him in trouble with fellow Tanzanians, as many felt he spoke broken English on the show and brought shame to his country, Tanzania.
To be honest, I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed in our Tanzania wenzangu. The way they talk about me, nimeumia, najisikia vibaya. Lakini namwachia Mungu. Yeye ndo anajua kila kitu. Wengine wamerekodi hadi matangazo kwa ajili ya kunitukana mimi, kwa ajili ya kunidhalilisha. Lakini yote nashukuru na namwachia Mungu. Kwa create maneno kwamba nilikuwa nazungumza hivi, wamesema nimezungumza broken English katika Big Brother. Sijui, lakini nilijitahidi kadri ya uwezo wangu kuzungumza kile ambacho nakijua. Naipenda Tanzania, ni nchi yangu na nitaendelea kuipenda na nitaendelea kufanya kila niwezalo kwa nafasi yangu kupromote nchi yangu, promote sanaa yangu popote pale nilipo. Pengine hata mchango wangu sipoonekana leo, basi hata nitakapokuwa nimeshakufa utaonekana, au hata udongo na miti vitasema.
During his career, Stephen Kanumba received numerous awards for his contribution to the Tanzanian film industry. He stands out as one of the few African actors to have won nearly every award for which he was nominated. Shortly before his death, Kanumba was preparing for his first Hollywood role.
Kitu ambacho kingeweza kuniongezea furaha yangu kama nipata mke. Natamani sana aone nione wajukuu zangu.
Mke mwema siku zote anatoka kwa Mungu. Mungu yeye ndo anajua hitaji langu na anajua hitaji la mama, kwa yeye huwa achelewi wala huwa hawai, ila huwa anajibu kwa wakati mwafaka. Ipo siku Mungu mama kama.
Sasa siku Mungu unakwenda.
Demo aina gani unapenda?
Mimi kitu cha kwanza kwa Mungu. Yeye wana hofu na Mungu.
Kanumba was known for keeping his personal life relatively private. In 2006, he began a romantic relationship with former Miss Tanzania and actress Wema Sepetu. Their relationship sadly ended in 2008 after the ex-model aborted 2 pregnancies of Kanumba.
Mimba ya kwanza tulikubaliana, lakini mimba ya pili tukubaliana.
Mama, ilipotokea ile mimba ya kwanza imetokea kwanza tulikubaliana kwamba hatuko ready. Lakini vile nilipokuwa nimeenda kusafishwa, yani kama vile kizazi changu kilikuwa kiko, yani huwa unajua yani kwamba kilikuwa kiko wazi, kwamba ukitoka kusafishwa kiko wazi. Kwa hiyo anytime yani hivyo unashika tena.
Namzungumzia mtu ambaye anaitwa Wema Sepetu. Ni mahusiano ambayo alikuwa wazi sana na yakawa anajulikana na watu wengi. Unazungumziaje mahusiano yale?
Hayo ni mahusiano kweli yalikuwepo na yaliisha mwaka 2008. Sidhani kama naweza nikamlaumu yeye au yeye akanilaumu mimi, bali naweza kusema haikumpendeza Mungu tuwe pamoja. Unaona? Hata kama labda watu wanasifia pengine labda it was a nice couple, pengine ilikuwa ni nzuri kwa macho ya nje, ilikuwa macho ya ndani, haikumpendeza Mungu. Kwa hiyo kaisha mwaka 2008.
According to Wema Sepetu, she chose to terminate the 2 pregnancies because she was afraid of how her parents would react, given that she was still young. In an interview on her Wema app, the actress confessed that Stephen Kanumba cursed her womb. She mentioned that the deceased told her she would never conceive with another man. Wewe mwanamke na kudai watoto wangu wewe, hutoweza kuja kupata mtoto na mwanamume mwingine yeyote yule, said Wema. Years after Kanumba's death, the beauty queen still struggles to get pregnant. There are allegations that Bongo music superstar Diamond Platnumz broke up with her because she could not conceive. After ending his relationship with Wema Sepetu, Stephen Kanumba entered into a new relationship in 2012 with another well-known Tanzanian actress, Elizabeth Michael, who is popularly known as Lulu. At that time, Lulu was only 17 years old. 4 months into the relationship, on April 7, 2012, news broke that Stephen Kanumba had died from a head injury after falling from his bedroom. The entire Tanzanian, East African and African entertainment industry came to a standstill. As the last person seen with Kanumba, Elizabeth Michael was arrested and remained in custody for almost a year during the investigation. In January 2013, Lulu was granted bail. In October 2017, she testified in Tanzania's High Court that on the night of Kanumba's death, the deceased saw her talking on the phone, assumed she was conversing with another man, took her to his bedroom and began beating her with a sword while he was intoxicated. She also stated that she was not with Kanumba when he died because she had run away from the house.
Lulu amesema marehemu alikuwa akimpiga na panga baada ya kutokea ugomvi uliotokana na wivu wa mapenzi alipomuona akiongea na simu. Mara nyingi alikuwa ananipiga kila akilewa.
Uwaga unapiga wanawake?
Hapana, sijai kupiga. Sio wanawake tumia hata kupigana tuna mwanamume zangu.
But according to Kanumba's mother, Lulu was the cause of the toxic relationship between her and Kanumba. She stated that Lulu frequently cheated on Kanumba with other men.
Kitu kilichotokea ni simu. Lulu alikuwa anaongea na mwanamume mwingine. Kanumba yuko ndani, amezima taa, Lulu yuko nje, taa inawaka. Kwa hiyo Lulu akawa anaongea na mwanamume mwingine anajiachia. Alipoingia ndani, Kanumba akamuuliza hivi, kama ulikuwa na mipango ya mwanamume mwingine, ulikuja kwangu fanya nini? Nile alipoingia chumbani akichukua dakika 2. Kanumba kaondoka.
In the same year, Lulu's charges were changed from murder to involuntary manslaughter and she was sentenced to 2 years in prison.
Katika mashtaka hayo, Elizabeth anadaiwa kumuua bila kukusudia msanii Kanumba Aprili 7 nyumbani kwake Sinza Vatican jijini Dar es Salaam.
Later, her sentence was adjusted from 2 years of imprisonment to community service and she was released from jail on May 12, 2018. Kanumba's mother was furious when Lulu was released from prison after serving only 7 months. She believed Lulu should have been kept in jail for at least a year before being released.
Yeye alimalizana na mahakama duniani. Basi lakini kwangu mimi bado ninadonda. Yeye baada ya Kanumba ametembea na wanaume wangapi? Wengi tu. Mimi nimepata mtoto mwingine. Kwa hiyo yeye ana raha, mimi na huzuni. Haya yote ni maisha.
Kanumba was laid to rest at Kinondoni Cemetery in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. About 30,000 people attended his funeral, including the former First Lady of Tanzania, Salma Kikwete, the former Vice President of Tanzania, Dr. Mohamed Garib Vital, and the former Minister of Culture and Sports, Emmanuel Nchimbi. Even the then President of Tanzania, President Jakaya Kikwete, cut short his trip abroad to attend the tribute to Stephen Kanumba. Despite the tragic end to his story, Stephen Kanumba's legacy lives on through his films and is remembered as one of the pioneers who made significant contributions to the growth of the Bongo movie industry. It is fair to say that the Bongo movie industry died with his death.
Wakenya wanakumisi, wa Nigeria wamekumisi sana, hakuna tena ubunifu. Hakika wewe ulikuwa ni muasisi wa filamu Tanzania.
How do you remember Stephen Kanumba, or what comes to mind when you think of him? Do you believe the Tanzanian film industry will ever see another actor as talented as Stephen Kanumba? Let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Your support means the world to us. Stay safe and we will see you in our next upload. Bless. Mulla is without a doubt the best African hip-hop group ever.
At the moment, you are the biggest thing in Africa.
When they were at their peak between 2010 and 2013, those guys were better than Davido, Wizkid, Diamond Platnumz, and all the African superstars we know today, except P-Square, of course. Everything they touched seemed to turn into gold, from Party Don't Stop
This party don't stop, don't stop.
to Addicted.
Hey, you see addicted, you got my body lifted. Girl, you're so gifted, I never should have ifted it.
To Hold It Down.
F what a hater say, sipping on that haterade. I'm tipsy off that Tanqueray and Alizé, I'm hella paid.
To Fresh All Day.
I see you mugging me, but I ain't mugging back. Cause I ain't got time for your chitty chat.
It was all going well for them. Then suddenly their music careers went under the radar. So what happened to Mulla and where are they now? Let's start with how they met. Founded in mid-2009, Camp Mulla consisted of Teo Tripper, now just Teo, Sharperman, Miss Karun, now just Karun, Marcus, now Kuzma. Marcus doubled up as the group's producer, and Mikey Tony, their then manager. Teo and Marcus attended Hillcrest International School. They would then become friends due to their love for hip-hop music. The two would later meet Sharperman through hanging out with mutual friends, and because Sharperman also liked to rap, they decided to form a team, but they didn't have a name for the group. At first, they were just freestyle rappers making ciphers and uploading them to Facebook.
They would do ciphers, they would make mixtapes, they had like a weekly thing that they did on Facebook where they would like release music.
And I come through, niggas grimmer than Reaper. So I gotta come through and bust your speaker.
Nigga, just chill up with patience. You gotta be patient if you wanna win. And nigga, it's not a sin, man, I'm born to win.
However, there was one missing piece to their puzzle. They needed a singer to bring their music to broader audience. That's when they were introduced to Karun by Marcus' cousin, who was in the same school as Karun then.
We got a blessing from above when Karun decided to join this little family of ours.
And that's how Camp Mulla was born.
Money is the motive, music is the way. Camp Mulla is the name.
Their first song to gain radio airplay was Low, which debuted in 2009.
Let's get low. Let's get low.
But it's safe to say that Party Don't Stop is the song that catapulted them into international superstars.
That took us from just like making music for our friends and high school people to all of a sudden touring in South Africa, UK. We got nominated for BET Award, all because of that song. That was crazy. That was literally 0 to 100 real fast.
This and their subsequent works would earn them local and international nominations, including the BET Awards for Best International Act, becoming the first Kenyans ever to be nominated for the coveted award, and the MTV Europe Awards for Best African Act. Sadly, as their popularity grew worldwide, so did the amount of haters. Camp Mulla would frequently be criticized for making bubblegum music and not real hip-hop.
A lot of guys who are criticizing us for bubblegum rap, whatever that is. So.
Responding to those who doubted their rap prowess, the group dropped Fresh All Day in 2012.
I see you mugging me, but I ain't mugging back. Cause I ain't got time for your chitty chat.
You can call it bubblegum, but it's not. Right. Yeah.
On 29th September 2012, the group released their debut studio album, Funky Town, with Kolo as the only featured artist on Party Don't Stop.
And tell us about this new Camp Mulla CD. I see you got one copy of yourself. Funky Town. He has so much money that he got it for free. When you have so much money, they give it to you.
After the success of Funky Town, cracks in their persona started to show almost immediately. Lead singer Karun and rapper Teo left the group in 2013 to pursue solo careers and further studies. After the departure of Karun and Teo, the group brought Tiri Murai, another singer and Marcus' girlfriend, to replace Karun.
We party like we're getting paid tonight. I keep on spending this money.
Unfortunately, it did not work out.
So when I look back on Camp Mulla and people ask me like, what happened? Why did you guys break up?
Each member has his or her own opinion as to why Camp Mulla split. According to Karun, the group blew up very fast, and since they were too young, they didn't know how to handle the fame that came with it. She added that the Kenyan music industry was also not set up for Camp Mulla's style of music.
At that time, I was 15. I don't know what happened. I just knew we didn't know what we were doing. We are international level superstars in an industry that has no structure. People think that because Camp Mulla didn't work out, that was a failure, but the industry wasn't set up in a way that I think was ready for what Camp Mulla was, and that made everybody super unhappy. So we chose to step back.
Teo cited different priorities and promises from external people that they couldn't keep as some of the reasons the group split.
I can't really say regrets, lessons. Just be careful about who comes around. So there was people showing up with all sorts of sweet nothings and promises because when we were more just in our own space, in our own world, doing our thing, things were happening. We were making a song almost every day, like things were just moving. But as soon as you are now more in an environment where such and such a person is here, it dilutes the entire process of growth.
As for Marcus, the group split as a result of different priorities.
No, we just had different priorities at the time. I was going back to university, Miss Karen was going back to university, so that's what caused what had to happen.
It will be interesting to hear Sharperman and Mikey's opinions on why the group broke up. On 10th September 2017, Mulla announced their return from hiatus during their reunion performance at the Wave concert at Ngong Rescos. They even promised an album that unfortunately never saw the light of day. In 2020, South African rapper Nasty C took to his Instagram page and called for Mulla to have a reunion and get back to the music scene. He wrote, "I'd like to see Mulla do something. Every time I'm there, I'm always chilling with Sharper. I think they still have it in them and would love to see them do something, even if it's just a song. Something deserves to happen." Karun is arguably the only one from the Mulla group doing well in the music industry. She occasionally drops music on her YouTube channel and other music streaming platforms. She dropped an EP dubbed Catch a Vibe in 2021. She's now a mother as well. Marcus now runs their family recording studio, Sub-Sahara Record, where almost all the Mulla songs were recorded. He too occasionally drops music that isn't really doing so well. Sharperman is also still making music, but like most Mulla members, is struggling to make it in the ever-changing Kenyan music industry. Teo no longer makes music. He's now a copywriter and a part-time DJ. Mikey, together with his friends, founded a recording studio and record label named Chumba Changoma in 2021. So would you like to see a Mulla reunion? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Bye.
And we love you.
We love you very much.
Tdat was arguably one of the best Kenyan rappers between 2014 and 2018. From Well to Wembe to Kasayole, he delivered back-to-back hits. Timmy was on top of his game and a darling to many Kenyan music fans. All of a sudden, the once household name faded from public view. So what happened to Timmy Tdat and where is he now? Let's begin Timmy's story from his early childhood. Timmy Tdat, whose real name is Timothy Owuor, was born on 1st January 1987 in Nairobi. The rapper is the third born of his family. After the death of his father, Timmy moved to Kasabuni, a slum in Babadogo where he lived with his sister. During his stay there, he worked as a garbage collector, mitumba vendor, and at some point, a matatu conductor.
Watu badala wajaze kwa gari wamejaa nje wananiona au si nile na mimi. Lakini najifanyanga kumbe ni kimakanga tu hapo. Unajua umepiga hustle kutoka asubuhi, mkono yako hapa hivi ni ngumu, yani unaweza scratch hivi credit card, unaweza scratch na hapa ndani.
This was also the time Timmy discovered his musical talent. However, his music career did not take off until 2014 when he dropped Well. This is the song that made him a national star. In 2018, Radio Job came knocking and Timmy Tdat signed on to be NRG's radio presenter. The rapper and then his co-host Mwalimu Rachel took social media by storm when they posted steamy photos of themselves in studio. However, the photos were merely meant to hype their show, the NRG Transit. A few months later, Timmy Tdat quit the radio job, citing interference with his music career.
Wengi wanasema when you took your radio job, muziki yako ikaanza kustruggle. Ni ukweli?
Naweza agree pia sababu when it comes to music first of all ni kitu iko jealous, ni kama demu yako inahitaji time yako kibao, inahitaji attention. Sasa zingine ziko side hustle.
Timmy is one of the rappers that is known for their controversial lifestyle. In 2019, the Kasabon rapper collaborated with Tanzanian rap queen Rosary for their controversial song Vitamin U. The government banned the song for being too explicit. In an interview with Wasafi Radio, Rosary said it was one of the decisions that she regrets because it negatively affected her music career. Timmy's popularity faded gradually as well. Timmy has tried to move on from that controversy, but the fans definitely haven't. He occasionally drops music which is safe to say haven't lived up to the standards he had set himself. Hopefully, he will win his spurs soon. So what do you guys think? Does Timmy's downfall have anything to do with the Vitamin U song, or has he just outlived his time to shine? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Bye!